Is it time to level up your listings on Amazon with some premium A plus content? My name is Kevin Sanderson from My Amazon Guy. And in this video, I'm going to share with you some things to think about with premium A plus content versus standard A plus content. Is it right for you? Is it going to drive more business? And is it overall going to level up your listing in a way that's going to give you more sales and higher conversions, more traffic, and all that fun stuff? So it's probably a debatable topic, but we're going to get into that right now. So we're going to get straight into what does Amazon have to say about A plus content in general. If you're not even sure what A plus content is, I'll get to that here in just a moment, but just know this: basic A plus content, which I always hear more as standard A plus content, but it's funny that they refer to as basic A plus content, can increase sales by up to 8%. So that's Amazon saying that you get an 8% bump just by having A plus content. Oftentimes we see even more than that if you do it the way we suggest. And then they suggest that their data will tell you that premium A plus content can increase sales by up to 20%. So that's about a 2.5x difference in the jump that you would get from 8% increase to 20% increase. So that means your increase is 2 to 2.5 times, almost 3 times more by having premium A plus content. Well, why would that be? So let's just take a look at a listing with premium A plus content. So this is one of our clients' listings. Shout out to David from Ironbox if you're watching this. David is a client of ours, and they've got a bunch of listings on Amazon that we've upgraded for them. And so when you scroll down here, you see this brand story. That's not premium A plus content, but it is a requirement for premium A plus content, which I'll get into here in just a moment. But it is something that's going to be beneficial because it helps to cross-sell. You have more opportunities for crawlable text, which feeds more data into the algorithm. So the algorithm better understands your listing and what you're trying to get across. And so one thing just to know is the brand story is across your brand. So you can have the same brand story on multiple products, but then you want to have basically, for the most part, unique A plus content per product. So premium A plus content is going to be wider than standard A plus content, and it gives you more options, like, the video and wider. So like, for example, here's one. This is not our client. Actually, this one here doesn't have any A plus content. Actually, this one I believe does. Yeah, this one does. So as I scroll down here, they do have a brand story, which is good. But you can see like there's a lot of white space on the side. And there's nothing wrong with the white space, but just think about how much real estate this takes up by having premium A plus content. So not only were we able to have more images, also more modules and larger modules is going to take up space. So if you think about this, when you're a customer on Amazon, and you can't see it right now, but I'm going like this with my mouse, the little track wheel there. Every time I do the little scroll down, what am I doing? I am making a micro commitment to continue looking at this listing. So it's a bigger micro commitment to have premium A plus content, because notice how it takes me longer to scroll through that. And I'm not just scrolling through the ads they have. Now we're doing a lot of defensive ads here to some of their other products, but some of their competitors still show up. So I'm scrolling down here. Now I'm starting to see similar brands on Amazon. Now starting to see some other brands on Amazon, but I had to scroll all the way down here before I see that many ads that weren't theirs. Whereas this one here, which has no A plus content, they don't even have a brand story. They barely have a product description. I mean, you probably oftentimes see bullet points with more text than what that product description has. Now, if you had A plus content, it bumps out the product description and you have the A plus content instead. So basically, they're missing out here on the opportunity for a brand story to cross-sell some of their other products, as well as the opportunity to have not just A plus content, but premium A plus content. Now, this product here, this is another competitor. It's not an exact competitor, but it's a cord. But if you scroll down here, they have a brand story. So that means they must be brand registered. So that is a requirement in order to get premium A plus content or even basic A plus content or a brand story. You have to be brand registered. So they are brand registered, but you can see here, they've got this product description. They do have, this must be a plus content, most likely comparison chart, because it's all their brand. So that's That's nice. That's taking up some space, but they could be taking up a lot more space because I'm not making as much of a commitment scrolling down to get through their product. Now, this one here, which is a competitor who has a brand story, they have A plus content. Now, they did a good job probably taking advantage of all of the available modules that they could do, but the modules aren't as large and there's not as many modules as they could have with premium A plus content. So there's not as much scrolling that we're doing. So that's something that's going to be detrimental to them because now I'm down here and I'm seeing all their competitors. Oh, I could buy one of these, but they are giving me a lot of real estate to take a look at. And because they probably don't have as big of a portfolio, I do see a lot of their competitors on here. So if you're watching this and you're from this brand, I highly recommend you advertise on your own listings a little bit more, do more product targeting, which will be definitely beneficial for you. But they're doing a good job here. Now, if they wanted to go from standard A plus content to premium A plus content, there's a couple things they have to do. So like I said before, you have to be brand registered. Now, you know somebody's brand registered if they have a brand story, and then also if they have A plus content. So if you have 5 approvals, because as you know, with A plus content, you have to upload it and Amazon has to approve it. Now, whether it's a person or a bot, probably most likely a bot, but as long as you're approved 5 times, then you can have premium A plus content. You can get approved for premium A plus content, which gives you, again, more of that real estate. So if you want a little bit more of a comparison of the difference between the two, so if you go to our website, myamazonguy.com, and you look up our services for enhanced brand content, which is the old name for it, or A plus content. We like to use both names because people still use both oftentimes. But if you scroll down here, you can see the difference of, not even if you're looking for our services, if you want our services, we're happy to offer them, but you can see like the differences. So like the difference of pixel width of 970 for standard or 1464 for premium A plus content. So that's almost double the width. So that's a lot more of that horizontal space, but you also get more modules. So instead of 5 modules, you can have up to 7, and they're different modules that are available to you. So if you scroll down here, we do talk a little bit more about standard A plus content, what Amazon includes. We give some examples here that you can check out, as well as with premium A plus content. Again, you can have 7 modules and you have 19 different options you can select from. Some of them are going to be more interactive, as well as having video modules that wouldn't be available to you. So you still get some cool design features with standard A plus content. So if you don't have A plus content, at least get some A plus content. You can make some changes maybe to some of your A plus content so that you can have those authorizations so that you can become approved for premium A plus content with the 5 A plus content projects just in the last 12 months. So it doesn't have to all be super recent. And then of course you do have to have a brand story across your entire catalog. So basically all products in your brand have to have the brand story attached to it. So those are things to think about. And you get more carousels, you get larger images, you get better comparison charts. I mean, and again, you have more options of the type of modules you can do, as well as you get 7 modules instead of the 5 that you would get with standard A plus content. So it's a lot more scrolling, a lot more micro commitments that customer is making to stay on your page because they're curious and they want to keep finding out more, and you're giving them more information, more data, more visually pleasing information to make that decision. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more of a rundown of the difference between standard A plus content and premium A plus content, which again, you can always go to our website, myamazonguy.com, just click on services and go to enhanced brand content, A plus content, which we'll have a link to down below if you want to check out our samples of some of the work that we've done, as well as you can, regardless of whether or not you want to use our services, you can check out to at least how do you become eligible for A plus content, how do you become eligible for premium A plus content, and we'll give you all that fun information so that you can set yourself up so that you can have, as Amazon said themselves, almost 3 times the bump of having premium A plus content versus having standard A plus content. So you get a bump for both, but the bump is much higher for premium because it is more visually appealing. It does keep people on your listing more than the standard A plus content does. So for a variety of reasons, premium A plus content is the way to go. Again, my name is Kevin Sanderson from My Amazon Guy, and I hope this video has been helpful. Happy selling.